Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Easy Learn. And today's topic is trigonometric functions. And we're going to be doing some practice today. If you haven't watched my trigonometric functions explanation video yet, pause right here, check the link in the description below, go understand the concept, and then come back for solving. So today's question is the diagram shows two right angled triangles. Calculate the value of x. Now, this is my diagram, and this is the value that they're asking us to find, the x. Now, you need to remember that when we're dealing with trigonometric functions, in order to solve for a specific triangle, you need at least one length and one angle, or two lengths and one angle. The overall concept is on two lengths and one angle, and out of those one could be missing but not two. Now if you look carefully on the below triangle, we can see that we just have the angle, that is just one variable is, or one quantity is available to us, but the other one is missing, the third one is also missing. So if I have two missing, I cannot really apply my trigonometry on this. So in order to find my x, this is the length I need to find out. And in order to find that length, I can deal with the above triangle. Now, if you look carefully, the above triangle has two things mentioned. It has an angle, it has a length, and only one length is missing, which means I can easily apply my trigonometric identities on this. So let me just grab out this triangle, and now you can see that one of my lengths is 5 centimeters, the angle is 50 degrees, and the missing length, I could just call it as y. Now, how do we go about solving this? Make sure you know that we're doing trigonometric functions, and why we're using trigonometric functions, because trigonometric functions are used to find length or angle of a right angle triangle. And make sure when you're dealing with such things, you are well versed with the sine cos tan table, o h a h o a. And how do I know which one's o, which one's a, and which one's h? So make sure you remember that a is the length that is enclosed between the 90-degree and the angle given, o is the length that is opposite to the given angle, and h is always the diagonal length, or the one that's opposite to 90 degrees. And in order to apply sine cos tan, we see that it's sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse, cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan theta equals opposite over adjacent. Now, in this particular example, you can see that this is the length that is given to us, that is 5 centimeters, and the length is enclosed between the given angle, that's 50, and the right angle, that is 90 here, which means this 5 centimeter is my A, the adjacent, because adjacent is the length that is enclosed between 90 degrees and the given angle. Now you can see this length, the Y. You can see that this length is right opposite to the given angle. It's opposite to the 50 degrees, which means that I'm dealing with my O, because it's the length that is opposite to the given angle. So since y is opposite to the 50 degrees, it means we're dealing with the opposite. So 5 centimeters is my adjacent and y is my opposite. That means I'm going to be dealing with tan. Tan gives me adjacent and opposite, or you can say tan theta equals opposite over adjacent. Now, if I write all of that down, so tan theta equals opposite over adjacent, and in place of my theta, I can just write 50. So tan 50 equals the opposite, which is unknown, or it's y. So I'm just going to write y upon the adjacent, that is 5 centimeters. So tan 50 equals y times 5. Now, how do I solve this? In order to solve this, you can see that when I take 5 to the other side, what happens? Because 5 is being divided with the y, when it goes to the other side, it becomes multiplication. So I have something like this, tan 50 times 5 equals y. Now, going back to your scientific calculator, if you have a physical scientific calculator, that's well and good. You can go ahead with that. If you don't, just Google it and you will have a pop up like this. And make sure that your calculator is set on degrees, and then you will select 10, and then you will write tan 50 times 5, and tan 50 times 5 is something like this, 5.9587, and so on. So I can just round it off to two decimal places, which means my y is equal to 5.96 centimeters. That means that this particular length right here is 5.96 centimeters. Moving on to the original question, that is to find the x. Now, since I have the upper length now, I can just get rid of the upper triangle, and now I have the 5.6, the x, and the angle, that's 38. Again, you should know that this is a right angle triangle, and because we have to find length, so we're going to be using the trigonometric identities. And what are those? Sine, cos, and tan. Sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse, cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan theta equals opposite over adjacent. Now, how do I figure out which length is which? So you can see that this 5.6, it is lying between the angle given and the 90 degrees. That means 5.96 is my adjacent. And how do I know which one is x? So you can see that x is the length that is right opposite to the given angle. So x becomes the opposite, because opposite is the one that is the length that is opposite to a given angle, which means I am going to be dealing with tan theta again. So let me just write things down. Tan theta equals opposite over adjacent. In place of my theta now I have 38, so tan 38 times opposite is the x and adjacent is 5.96. Again, when I take the 5.96 to the other side, it turns into multiplication, so tan 38 times 5.96. Again, grab your calculator, make sure your calculator is set on degrees, then you select 10, then you write down tan 38 times 5.96, and the answer is something like this, 4.6564, and so on. So I'm just going to be rounding it off to 4.66 centimeters. That means that my x, the value of x, is 4.66. That's pretty much it. If you have any confusions, any questions, make sure to drop them down in the comment section below, and hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching Easy Learn, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel. See you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourselves. Thank you so much.